A little over a week ago, I did a video called Putting the U Back into YouTube. And I said that for the month of June, I'm going to be trying to commit myself to making at least 4 video responses per week. And so I started off yesterday with a tag video. I was tagged by my friend Precambrian Lullaby to do 3 songs I love by bands that I hate. And in my effort to do as many response videos to either other videos or to comments, this is also going to be a response video. This response video is to a couple of comments that were left on yesterday's video. The first one was from my friend Pyramid Head, who suggested it might be a good idea to also do a video, 3 songs I despise by bands that I love. So I'm going to get that part of this video out of the way right now. Now, for those of you who already know me, you probably already know that one of my favorite bands of all time is Yes. As a matter of fact, I have the Yes logo. It's my very first tattoo. This sleeve won't go up far enough for me to show you. But it's there, man. I've got the Yes logo tattooed there, okay? It's fucking there. That's how much of a fan I am, alright? Don't doubt my fanhood. My fanhood. That sounded really dirty. Anyway, right? Don't doubt that I'm a huge fan of Yes, right? And I have been a fan of Yes for well over 20 years. However, they have made a couple of Duff albums, and the title song from their worst album is a song I absolutely can't stand. It's called "Open Your Eyes." Album came out in the late '90s, and it is a complete waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. All the songs are bad in terms of the lyrics. It's pretentious as fuck. It's completely overproduced, and just generally speaking, not very good. Certainly not up to the standard of Yes, and not up to the standard of the album they had previous to that or subsequent to that. So I do not know what the fuck the band was thinking when they made that album. But the title song, "Open Your Eyes," what a piece of tripe, okay? Second one I wanted to list off was The Who. I've loved The Who my entire life. One of my favorite bands of all time for sure. Definitely in my top 20. Possibly I might even put them in my top 10 favorite bands. But back in the 70s, they did this song called Squeeze Box. Mama's got a squeeze box she wears on her chest, and when daddy gets home, he never gets no rest, 'cause he's playing all night. God, it's such a fucking catchy piece of shit song, right? Once you hear them sing it, it's stuck in your fucking head for days, okay? And I don't mind songs getting stuck in my head when they're good songs, but when songs are just like pure, I mean, it was just such obviously written for a single kind of a song, and it just is not a very good song. I don't mind pop songs as such. In fact, I quite like pop music as a genre, but Squeezebox was just like everything The Who didn't need to be, basically, and I fucking hate that song. So yeah, Squeezebox by The Who, as you can tell, stresses me out, man. Last on my list was Michael Jackson and his song "You Are Not Alone." Now, there are plenty of Michael Jackson songs that don't really float my boat. But "You Are Not Alone," ugh, I fucking can't stand it. It grates against my very soul, if I had one. But you know what I mean. It digs deep inside me and just rakes the fingernails across my inner blackboard, man. I fucking can't stand it. But Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists. It's just that his song "You Are Not Alone" fucking sucks. Bad, okay? And this brings me on to the other comments on yesterday's video I wanted to mention. My friend No More C2 remarked that he was interested how many people seem to not like a song or not like a band based on the personality of the members of the band, or even one member of the band. And I have to say that I have noticed that throughout my life as well, man. And so Michael Jackson is a good place to jump into that part of the conversation. Because I have been a fan of Michael Jackson my entire life. And, during the 90s and early aughts, there was a little bit of hoo ha as to whether or not Michael Jackson was a kitty fiddler. Okay? And, you know, I could fully understand why anybody would, say I can't be a fan of Michael anymore because of what he did. I can understand that. On the other hand, there's this whole argument, well, the music is music. You don't need to know who did it. It's either a good song because it's a good song or it's not, regardless of who did it. But I think you'll find it's just perfectly natural. I think it's human nature for some people sometimes to associate the personality of the creator of something with what they created. And therefore, if you don't like the personality, you won't like the things that they create. I think it's kind of natural. I just don't think it's like a written in stone, universal sort of rule of human behavior. Because, I can't obviously argue in favor of Michael Jackson sleeping in the same bed with boys. Whether he fiddled with them or not is irrelevant to me. He already admitted to sharing his bed with 12-year-old boys when he was like in his late 40s, and I'm sorry, I think that's inappropriate, whether or not there's any inappropriate activity going on under the sheets. So yeah, I can't say that I'm supportive of Michael Jackson as a person, but I can say I loved his music, and I also can say that all the stuff that he got accused of never actually tarnished my appreciation for him as a performer and as a singer. And maybe it should have, but it didn't. On the other hand, I was remarking in my video yesterday how much the personalities of the members of Oasis piss me off and make me not like the band. To be honest, I think it's more of a case of I don't like the music, and so their personalities actually it actually made it harder for me to like their personalities because I already didn't like the music. Whereas the opposite might be true. If I liked their personalities, I might not hate the music quite as much. Or if I liked the music, I should have said, I might not be so bothered by their personalities. That's what I really meant to say. So it works both ways, I think. But what do you guys think? Is it completely just wrong to judge, say, a painting based on the artist's name? I mean, is a Hitler painting, for example, judged by the fact that it was done by Hitler, or was it judged by the fact that it's a decent painting? Does the fact that if it is a decent painting, does the fact that Hitler painted it make it any less quality? And I think the same way about music. It is what it is. You either like it or you don't. And sometimes the personalities of the creators will affect your opinion about it. I'm thinking about racism here, for example. I've read that H.P. Lovecraft was a pretty hardcore racist, and for a lot of people, that sort of colors their appreciation of his work. Likewise with me. I'm a huge fan of Roger Dean's artwork. And then I found out some years later that he was a racist, and I still appreciate the artwork, but I'm just not as enthusiastic about it as I used to be, and I find that interesting. So it's a fair question, mate, and I wish I had like a more consistent answer to it, but I don't. So I just think it's kind of natural, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. There you go. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. This has gone on way too long already. Got that funk. Peace.